Today's video is going to be about some of the biggest mistakes I see people make in a content marketing strategy. Now, content is important, that's never going to change, but it's all about having the right type of content, not just churning stuff out for the sake of it. And there's a few things that people tend to do wrong when they create content, but it doesn't seem to connect with anyone and they can't seem to get any links, traffic or sales. And this is probably by far one of the most common mistakes I see, and that is making it too advertorial. Now, selling is fine, but there's a time and a place, and I don't want to jump on the old bandwagon of sell stuff by not selling. I mean, I'm a big believer of going out and really showing potential customers why they should buy your stuff, because you know your income and your livelihood depends on it, right? When it comes to content, you could be shooting yourself in the foot if you do that too often. By all means, where it's appropriate or if it's done subtly, you can sell your product or your service directly, but do not make your entire piece a sales pitch, and don't make every content piece like that. You know, here's an horrific example of how your content should not look. I'll just put it on the screen here. Now, for SEO purposes, I can see why something like this would be made. It's in order to get the keywords and the right density, to mention secondary keywords and that kind of thing, but there's no need to make it sound completely nonsensical and as advertorial as this. Which kind of brings me to another point, which is that people try to very specifically target keywords with every piece. Nothing wrong with doing that, I just find a lot of people overdo it, and as a result they end up with quite bad content. Now, once you have some pages created for SEO purposes, you definitely do not want to make every single piece of content you create with a very specific SEO goal and with selling in the back of your mind. I've seen some businesses try to do exactly that, and then they wonder why they can't get inquiries. Now, here's why overselling and overthinking keywords could kill your growth. It limits your thinking and your ideas. You're only ever then going to create something with a certain keyword or with a certain goal in mind, and you may throw out a lot of amazing ideas that could drive a ton of engagement and could build some really good links. Also, trying to incorporate keywords in itself makes the content piece look unnatural, and in the process you then tend to make it look very salesy. It could turn off your potential audience or your customers, and if everything is a sales pitch or just very keyword targeted or keyword centric, your bounce rate will go up, your engagement goes down, and your traffic won't budge. Now look, I don't want to scaremonger you and say don't sell or don't mention keywords. There's obviously a need to do both, but there has to be a balance, especially when it comes to selling. You don't have to sell everyone at every opportunity, especially if you're in some kind of information product or service sector. Don't worry about giving out free info and thinking you'll lose customers. If somebody takes your free info or content and never buys from you because of that, they were probably never going to buy from you anyway. What's more likely to happen is when people see this content, they see you as an authority, they'll follow your stuff, they will engage with it more, and they will then be more likely to buy what you have at some point. So you need to look at this as more of a long-term investment rather than sell or put keywords to make a quick buck.